Hi YouTube, it's Kathy, and this is my weekly entertainment wrap-up for February 25th through March 2nd. This week I read one book, I watched one movie, I watched one show, and I listened to one audiobook. Rude. This is a very different location than the last place I filmed because we are currently in Venice, Italy. Our friend Peter has an art residency here, his first international art residency, so we've been basically his entourage and his emotional support through that time because it's a lot of work. I also elected to film outside because it's also noisy inside, so like I might as well get these seagull sounds and these random beeps from the highway, aka the boats outside. We're actually perched on top of a flower box right now, which might be a first for this channel. Doggo! The book that I read this week is Nick and Charlie. This is just a very short novella in the Heartstopper universe, and it covers a short area of time where there's a little bit of apprehension in the relationship. They're about 2 years into the relationship, but Nick is actually going away to university at the end of the summer, and it's the beginning of the summer, and there's this whole big, is long distance going to work? And when they see friends decide that they're not going to be long distance once one of them goes away to university, there's all of these emotions, and it's basically all of that time frame. And honestly, it's just an excuse to hang out more in this universe, because this universe is delightful. I've said it before and I'll say it again, I'm excited for the last book in this series to come out, the graphic novel, but I'm also not excited because then it's over. However, I would be really happy if some form of adaptation of Radio Silence were then announced because, yes please, that was the first Alice Oseman I ever read and I really liked it. Speaking of Venice, the one movie we watched this week was Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, and we happened to wander by one of the buildings used in that movie yesterday, so here's a picture of that. I kind of stopped in my tracks and went, ah, yes, this is why we watched that movie the other day. In the movie, this is used as the exterior of this library. The interior is shot somewhere else. But yeah, we're just really big fans of watching movies that take place in the places that we are or where we're going to be shortly. And it's worth noting that that movie came out the same year that the youngest person in our group was born. As for the show I watched this week, we watched the last 3 episodes of the 16th season of Taskmaster, which means that we are fully caught up on the UK seasons, which is a feat in itself, but also kind of sad because it's like, do we move on to the other seasons? Do we just wait until season 17 comes out? We haven't quite decided. We're still waiting to hear back if we can maybe possibly be in the studio audience for season 17, depending on when it's filming, because that would be really cool. But I'm not putting all my hopes on that. I'm just saying it would be a really good reason to fly back to the UK from France. The dynamics between the hosts continue to be slightly unhinged. The contestants are funny. What else can I say? You all know that I really like this show. As for the audiobook I listened to this week, that was Behold the Monster. This is all about a journalist who got to interview a serial killer and actually help solve some of his crimes. Serial killers and serial offenders in general are just interesting from the standpoint of trying to solve all of the things they've claimed to do, because obviously they can lie, but when they give all of these really specific details about times and dates and all of these types of things, and you're actually able to confirm that somebody died in that area, etc., etc., and there's like details that only a killer would know, that whole process must be exhausting but also exhilarating when you find a match. And that's exactly what this journalist was doing. This is also a blend of kind of memoir, because we get to see why she kind of turned her life around at one point and how she was almost the victim of a boyfriend attempting to restrict her air by closing up her neck, shall we say. I don't want to use certain words that YouTube doesn't enjoy, although I probably have at some point because who knows what they enjoy at this point. I found this one interesting, but seagull. I found this one interesting, but increasingly with the books that I'm listening to, I kind of have to get through them quicker than I usually would, just because I'm so busy while we're here. But that's just the name of the game at this point. That's it for this week. If you've read, watched, or listened to any of these, let me know about it down in the comments below. On the way down to the comments, if you hit that subscribe button, that would be very nice of you. If you don't feel like leaving a comment but want to make sure that I know you were here, just leave me an emoji or a smiley face if you happen to be on your keyboard. Some people have asked if there's a way to financially support this channel, so I set up a Ko-fi account, which is a digital tipping service. The link for that, as always, is down below. You can like and share this as you see fit, and I will see you very soon. Bye!